Hello and greetings, my friend. Welcome to day 23, the second to last day here in the 24 days of building beautiful strength. I'm Matt Schifferly, and the last two episodes here, I kind of saved the best for last because they are all about helping you to build a much more attractive and beautiful lifestyle. Because it doesn't matter how great your body looks, if you have to adopt a really weak and ugly and compromised lifestyle in order to achieve it, one, you're not going to keep that body for very long, and two, it's still not a very positive look. And that's why a lot of times on social media and stuff, you see people flexing not just their body, but look at what I do in my life and look at these things that I'm doing, because how we live our lives is a testament to how strong we actually are, not just physically, but in mind, heart, and spirit. And unfortunately, a lot of times when we go after the beautiful strength physically at any cost, it ends up compromising our quality of life, something I've known or experienced many times throughout my training career. And it does you no favors for building friendships and trying to have romantic relationships and connect with people, because people honestly don't care about what your biceps or your abs look like if you're always grumpy and you're always stressed and you're always really like burning the candle at both ends. They're just still going to be like, okay, you go do your thing, but leave me out of it kind of attitude. And that's why the lesson for today is something I wish I knew way back in the day. Would have saved me so much trouble and probably a few friendships and relationships along the way, which is that idea that you often hear in financial circles of live within your means, or in this case, work within your means, which I know does not sound like sexy advice, but it can actually make you a hell of a lot sexier and more attractive when successfully put into application. And the reason is simple, is because when you're always putting everything you've got on the table, you're spending all your energy and all your time and all your effort, and yes, sometimes all your money, what that does is it makes you extremely frail, weak, and vulnerable to basically overreaching. It takes nothing to break you. Physically, mentally, emotionally. You get one bill that's a little bit unexpected and suddenly your finances are really running in the black. You're exhausting yourself to the limit with your diet and exercise habits, and suddenly one time you have to stay at work to finish a project makes you sick. Or emotionally, you're investing everything you've got into other people and you're giving everything you've got personally, and then it takes nothing for you to lose your cool and you get cut off in traffic or something and you start losing your mind because you're fragile, you're weak, and that is never a good look. And that's why working within your means, saving a little bit in your tank, not using all of your time, all of your energy, all of your money and other resources, gives you that buffer. It makes you resilient, so that way when the unexpected things happen, you're not at your very limit, so it takes nothing to break you. You can bend much more easily rather than break. And I know that doesn't sound like fun advice, because it's like, oh, I'm supposed to limit myself? That's not very much fun. I want to make sure I'm getting as much as I can. But working within your means is no way in shape and form a limitation, because the other side of that is increase your means. From the financial perspective, it's like, okay, live within your means. I can't spend all my money. Yeah, but make a lot more money. It's a lot easier to really rule your life when you're making a lot more money, because living within your means still means you could spend $5 million a year because you're making $8 million a year and so on. It's the same thing with your energy level. When your energy level is really high, you can put a lot into your fitness and your relationships and your work and stuff and still have plenty left over. And that's why it's so important to have wholesome, satisfying meals, to not impart totally like stressing activities like endless news cycles and scrolling on your phone and stuff, making sure you're managing stress, getting plenty of sleep, having good positive interactions with people around you. Things that bolster up your energy level and are time efficient, and things that increase your personal means that you can get more and more and more out of your habits, while still also not going to that coveted edge that is putting you in that frail, weak position. Honestly, it doesn't mean don't go all out. Absolutely, there are times when you want to spend as much of yourself as you can, as much time and energy and sometimes even money. The key, though, is to do that in a strategic, sparing way. sort of like the athlete who is competing on the world stage and they put everything they've got into that competition. Yes, that's a time when you put everything you have into it, but you don't do that all the time. So it doesn't mean never work to your limit and put it all into your efforts. And it doesn't mean you have to limit yourself. It just means saving a little bit of your resources, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your financial resources, gives you so much more resiliency and makes it so much easier to buffer the stressors in life. And that is far more attractive than going all out all the time, which makes you just, again, more weak and frail. Make sure to stop by here tomorrow because I got a couple of free gifts I want to give you to help you build beautiful strength and hit the ground running into the new year. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Be fit and live free.